What's up guys, I'm Black Tyler and this is everything we know about Street Fighter 6. Let's start with the rumors.
Oh, I tell you, Brian, all the rumors about
Street Fighter 6
are true.
According to Twitter user AestheticGamer1, Street Fighter 6 was initially supposed to be released in 2021. The common sentiment was the latest season of Street Fighter 5 was created to hold off players until the reveal. According to his tweets, the game did not test well internally, requiring too much emphasis on a team mechanic, which would have been a first for the series, resulting in Yoshinori Ono, the long-beloved producer and head of the Street Fighter team, being demoted and eventually leaving the company altogether.
3, 2, 1.
We'll miss you. He also claimed someone else was put in charge to fix the game and have an additional year in development. The new director is said to be a woman who's well known in the fighting game community and has brought really cool ideas, and this new direction for the game is supposedly working wonders. I don't know how much of this argument really stands anymore, because of two reasons. Reason number one, the tarot cards. In 2018, Capcom released their Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. In Japan, the collector's edition contained a set of tarot cards with Street Fighter characters. At that point, the only characters who were on the cards but did not appear in Street Fighter V were Rose and Oro. There were also three characters who appeared on the cards but never appeared in the game: Sea Viper, Elena, and Rolento. It seems reasonable to assume that these characters were originally planned to appear in the game. Why else would they include these specific characters, two of which did actually end up as DLC in Season 5? Reason number two is Luke's inclusion in Street Fighter V. It takes a very long time and a lot of money to design a character, especially one with expressive animations and as much detail as Luke has, let alone the rest of the Season 5 cast. These are some of Capcom's best animated fighting game characters ever. It seems more likely that he was always intended to be the final character and a link to the next generation of Street Fighter, but the tarot cards would have been an odd way to introduce him.
Who the fuck is this guy? Hey, who the fuck are you? Huh?
But hey, maybe I'm wrong. In a blog post by user Dan on Capcom Unity, the Street Fighter V dev team states, due to positive reception of Season 4 and Champion Edition, we are planning to do a final Season 5, which will add 5 more characters to the roster. 3 new stages are also being planned. So I guess it is possible that Season 5 was just something Capcom whipped up because they felt like they had to buy time.
Hey Luke, can you whip me up something in a hurry?
Fast forward to Valentine's Day of 2022 and Capcom USA tweets a link to a mysterious timer. Astute fans of the series, like myself, and followers of the competitive scene, like myself, notice that the timer suspiciously lines up with the final exhibition of the 2021 Capcom Pro Tour. Wonder why that is. After what seems like forever, they finally finished the exhibitions, and on top of the announcement for Capcom Fighting Collection, we now know that Street Fighter 6 is in fact real, and like many speculated, it does appear to be made in Capcom's proprietary RE engine. If you've never heard of the RE engine, games like Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 7 and 8, and Devil May Cry 5 have been made in this engine, and you may have noticed the stylistic changes those series have undergone. They have a much more realistic art style now, take it or leave it. However, don't take this to mean that that's all it's capable of, because the new Ghosts and Goblins was also made in the RE engine, as well as Monster Hunter Rise, and the fact that that can run on the Switch really shows you the breadth of what the engine is capable of. With that being said, they are definitely going for a more realistic focus on Street Fighter 6. We get our first look at Ryu as the camera lingers on different parts of his body, and then you can literally see sweat, veins, scars, and pores on his skin. And he's also just ridiculously brolic now. And if we mess with the hue a little bit, he resembles someone you might recognize that he's faced off against before. Right off the bat, you can see this is not the traditional Street Fighter art style. Then we see Luke, the newcomer in Street Fighter V, who looks a bit different now, but he still has those disgusting bulging forearms. And now he's got a creepy ass face app smile too. They square up in what looks like a sparring match in a dimly lit area. And then Luke is highlighted in bright orange and blue effects. It looks like a spray paint or graffiti aesthetic. And then we got our boy Ryu, stoic as ever, with the black ink effect that he's become known for. It's almost like Japanese calligraphy or something like that. And I mean, it's been in Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, and even Smash Bros, so he's pretty synonymous with that now. And from all this, we can really take that Capcom wants us to focus on the character design. And that's about it. Like, there was almost no environmental detail in the teaser at all. It's like this is their big way of saying, like, hey, shit's about to change. This is the future of where we think Street Fighter should go. The music in the teaser seems to have like a bit of a hip-hop influence, and it seems like the series might be returning to that aesthetic, similar to how it did in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. And if that's the case, I'm absolutely on board. That game is amazing. The soundtrack, the art style, the gameplay, everything about that game is just great. The new announcer in the teaser sounds like gruff and bombastic too. And then we get the logo. It's not great. It's also been found online to be very similar, almost identical to an Adobe stock image, which again is pretty alarming. But then again, we do see the 6 and it's not a Roman numeral, which is different. And it also has like spray paint splotches and shit on it, which I think is cool. Like I really like that whole street style. I think it goes really well with the whole Street Fighter aesthetic, hence the name. But yeah, that's everything we know so far. Overall, I'm still pretty excited. Like, despite the rumors and the gas and the BS, I think that it'd be premature to judge the game based on a teaser. Do I prefer the art style? No, I don't think I do. Personally, I think fighting games that go for a more Western, realistic look are just hideous. I would play Mortal Kombat if the characters weren't just so ugly and didn't animate so ugly, you know. Even the old games, like with the rotoscope type real model characters, they're just always hideous to me. I would much rather prefer like anime style Street Fighter-esque games. But with that being said, I really did end up loving DMC5, even though I think everybody looked better in the old games. Better as in their design, not the fidelity, obviously. At this point, I think I'm just more intrigued and excited than I am worried. There's just so many questions. How will the game play? How fast will it be? Will it actually have teams? Will there be an emphasis on execution? What will the other characters look like considering how Ryu looks? We'll just have to wait and see, bro. We'll just have to wait and see. More details are coming out this summer. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.